If you're new to PCs, I know booting up BIOS and seeing all of this can be extremely intimidating. Well, okay, they look more like this nowadays, but still you get my point. So here's pretty much everything you should do in your BIOS when setting up your PC for the first time. And while every single company has their own UI, things do stay pretty similar in each one, so don't panic if my Aorus BIOS looks different to whatever BIOS you have. One of the first things you do want to turn on is XMP, seeing how that will actually make your RAM run at the more advertised speeds, because without it your memory will literally just run at half that speed, and that's pretty easy to turn on. Just look for the XMP or EXPO option and just, well, turn that on. There are definitely a lot more other options you can tweak when it comes to memory overclocking, but you really don't have to worry about those or even touch those if you're uncertain about what any of them do. And that's in general a golden rule in setting up your BIOS. If you don't know what something does, leave it alone, or just set it on auto. This is also where you can do any kind of CPU overclocking, and again you can get involved as much or as little as you want, with probably the easiest being stuff like, for example, PBO over on the AMD side. The way it works is this: the first 2 digits, that is just the maximum temperature in Celsius that you can allow your CPU to reach, while the second part is basically a level of overclocking for that given temperature. With, you know, the higher the level, the more aggressive the overclock. So you can mix and match until you find something that is actually stable. So there's another golden rule of BIOSes: change one thing at a time, because if things are unstable, then you have no idea what is the culprit there. And again, while you can get extremely involved with CPU overclocking on the BIOS side, you'll probably find it a lot easier to do it via a piece of software in Windows itself, with both Intel and AMD offering those. You'll also probably need a kind of software if you want to do graphics card overclocking, because you can't do that via BIOS, not normally anyway. So you'd probably need something like MSI Afterburner instead, which, don't worry, even though it's called MSI Afterburner, it works with pretty much any graphics cards. Okay, there's a lot of other menus you can go through in the BIOS. Most of them you really don't have to worry about, apart from a couple of key settings. For example, resizable bar, also known as just rebar or smart access memory, which is another very important feature to turn on for maximum GPU performance. And apart from that, there's not much else you really need to touch when it comes to IO or PCIe options, unless you're doing troubleshooting, where one of those settings, for example, can cause some other instability or weird incompatibility issues with something else on your PC. There's also one more very important thing you should probably try out in your BIOS, and that is fan curves. Basically setting exactly how fast or how slow your fans go. That way you can actually set up in a way where you can actually hear your own thoughts most of the time, but when necessary those fans can ramp up. You can set one of the pre-existing profiles, like for example just a regular curve, a more silent curve, or even make your own, and you can even set which temperature node it's based on. So for example, you can make the fans react to the temperature of the CPU or the graphics card, the chipset, and much more, depending on where they're positioned in the case. And by the way, if you're not sure which fan you plug into which connector on the motherboard, you can just simply set them to full speed in the BIOS and listen to which fan ramps up in your system, so you know which is which, and that way you can sort them and give them each the correct curve. This is also where you can flash your BIOS from if you want to update that with newer features, support for newer CPUs, and improved memory compatibility. Finally, there's also the various boot options, which you really don't have to worry about. The BIOS does a pretty good job of detecting which is your actual disk with your operating system on. However, if you don't want to boot from your regular drive for some reason, like for example if you have some Windows installation media inserted into your PC or something, you can do a boot override where you can select a different drive that will take priority. So those are the main things you should worry about, and if you're ever unsure, hey, we have a fantastic Discord filled with so many technical people that could always help you out, so maybe join that. That's going to be down in the video description below, and so is our Patreon, because even a single $1 a month truly goes a long way, plus huge thanks to Gavin Burns, Justin Rage, Ella Vroniak, Bartosz Velko, Patrick Harrison, not a pseudonym, Meg Sumner, Allcroft, and Level Up. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then remember to subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.